Hi there, I am Mihai, and in this Selenium Toolbox video, we will discover how to configure ChromeDriver and run the first Selenium test. With this tutorial, I assume that you already followed my previous video from Selenium Toolbox channel, and you already have a working environment with Visual Studio 2017 installed. The Visual Studio version doesn't really matter at the moment, but it is strongly recommended to have at least Visual Studio 2015 Community version up and running. Before we actually take a look to Selenium in action, let's talk a bit about the architecture and the way Selenium works. At first view, it may appear that Selenium is basically driving the browser directly from your code. There is actually a little bit more going out there, and it will help you to have a better understanding how the tests are run. This is a picture of basic architecture of the Selenium WebDriver. You can see here at the top that we have the bindings, which are the scripting languages used for Selenium UI testing. These bindings communicate with the WebDriver API and allows us to have some drivers that analyze the command that we are sending across the API. So we have different drivers for different browsers, and the basic idea here is that each one of these drivers knows how to work with the corresponding browser. What is happening in our case? We will be writing our test in C#. We will be sending Selenium commands over the WebDriver API to the Chrome driver that will execute the commands in Chrome browser and send the results back to our Selenium C# code in Visual Studio. Hope this was clear enough for you. If not, don't hesitate to ask any question, and I will try to answer as fast as possible. Let's start building the environment. At this point, I assume you already have Chrome browser installed. If this is not the case, please install the latest version. It is a very simple, straightforward process. Now, open Chrome. Verify the installed version and make sure it is up to date. Remember this version. We will use it in the next step. In the navigation bar, let's type ChromeDriver download and hit enter. Open the first link. Verify if the latest release matches the one of your Chrome browser. Open it. The download page will open. Notice that for Windows we have only the 32-bit version available. This is not a problem. It will work perfectly for 64-bit systems as well. Download this version. Go to the downloaded file and let's copy it to another location. Navigate to your C drive and let's create a new folder for Selenium drivers. It is a good idea to move the drivers to a known location and keep all drivers in the same place for later use. I will name my folder Drivers. Copy the Chrome driver here and let's extract the content. With this step, we completed the Chrome browser preparation for running Selenium test. You can now close all the open windows. Now, let's start working with Visual Studio. Start Visual Studio and let's go ahead and get a project set. In order to do that, click File, New, Project, select a console application project, save it to a known location. I will save this one in C temp folder and name it ChromeDriverDemo. Hit OK to save the project. To get our project working, we need to add the necessary references. Right-click on our project. Select Manage NuGets Package option. Go to Browse tab and let's search for Selenium. The first option in this search will be the Selenium WebDriver. This is something we need, so hit Install. To be able to run tests with Chrome, we also need to add at this step Selenium ChromeDriver support. After the installation of the package finishes, we can notice that the Selenium dependencies were installed under References. We will now try a simple test. Going to google.com page using Chrome just to verify that we got this working. Let's start by adding the necessary namespaces in our project. The first one we need to add is the Selenium WebDriver. This can be found under OpenQA, so let's type using OpenQA.Selenium. The second namespace is for ChromeDriver, that is located also under OpenQA. So let's type using OpenQA.Selenium.Chrome. These are the namespaces we need in order to run tests with Chrome. Now let's try the test. Use IWebDriver interface and let's call the driver do a new ChromeDriver. As parameter, we need to add to the ChromeDriver.exe file that we downloaded before. So mine is located under C drivers ChromeDrivers. So I will copy this path and paste it in Visual Studio. Make sure you duplicate every slash from your path. As you probably know, the first slash is always escaped by C#, so we need to duplicate them in order to have a valid path to our ChromeDriver. Now that we have our driver, we will just use it to navigate to google.chrome. So let's do driver.url, which is the driver that we defined at the first line, comma, and the address of the site that we want to visit. In our case, google.com address. Now that these are done, we can save the program and run it for the first time and see what's happening. We can run the program by clicking this green arrow button from here. ChromeDriver window will open, and if everything is configured right, Chrome Browser should open and navigate to google.com. Congratulations! You have now your first running test with Chrome. This was the basic setup, and this is all we need to get Selenium and Chrome ready to use. In case you need the code from this project, you will find it in the description. If you like this tutorial, please thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. The next video from the Selenium ToolBox channel will discuss about setting up Firefox and running the first test. A group of 3 more videos will follow in which we will configure the well-known browser to work with Selenium. After this, it will be your choice which one to use further in developing your tests.